No, so, but you've met my mate Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
He's a judge on MasterChef.
Of course, yeah.
So
He's not a judge.
He is a judge occasionally.
He comes in as a cricket guy.
Yeah, judge.
I messaged him before.
Yeah.
He gave me recommendations for a date once.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was a good date as well.
Yeah.
He recommended me the
Five Guys.
He recommended me Five Guys. He said make sure you order it online. You've got to get it online.
You got to
order it online, and then you
get
can
it
just
online.
turn up and pick it up. You don't have to queue.
Crazy.
They use peanut oil. Is that the thing?
Yeah, that's the thing.
They use peanut oil. You can grab as many peanuts as you like.
Jimmy's always going on about
Pretend
peanut oil.
to be like the elephant from Dumbo.
I lose my kid in that big bowl of peanuts at the Five Guys. Always get losing my kid in there.
What do you mean?
No, you can get the Five Guys. They've got a big sack of peanuts.
What do you mean losing your kid? Like
you
get child?
Gets in there, yeah.
Oh, you've got a
yeah.
Again,
not good, is it?
You were just talking about the large breakfast and the small breakfast.
Yeah.
The small burger is enough. You don't need 2 patties.
Well, I went there recently with Helen Bauer, and she didn't believe me about the chips. The chips at Five Guys.
Loads of chips.
Yeah, I said we'll get chips to share.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm not having that.
Yeah.
I'll have my own chips. I was like, you don't need your own chips. Didn't believe me. And she had to sit there and watch her try and eat a whole portion of, not regular, not the small, the regular chips.
Yeah. They overflow it on purpose.
Yeah,
you know that.
Why?
It's a
To
good
make it feel
idea,
like
isn't
it's
it?
value.
Yeah, but why not?
But you
But is
come
the
back.
cup smaller than they were originally planning on giving you?
Maybe.
But that's why you kind of come back,
That's
right? Because the burger's too expensive, but then you're like, but they're excessive.
I'll be full.
With the chip. With
You're
the
thinking,
chips, yeah.
I'll be full.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome everybody to Got a Problem, Mate.
Welcome back to Got a Problem Mate podcast, a very special episode because we've got a very
Episode
good lad.
103.
I don't
Like
think we
Harry
should-
Hill said, no one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think Harry Hill episode was good?
Yeah. Well, if people want to find out what we thought of the Harry Hill episode, truly, because I know that he listened to the previous week when I slagged him off for not coming on.
You slagged me off as well then.
No.
We've slagged you off.
No, you didn't pull out of the 100th episode on the day.
But we've
'cause you forgot
criticised
you were
you
going away,
before.
right? So, but if you want to know what we truly thought of it, then get on the Patreon for the pre-show because we talked about it in there, didn't we, Bilal?
Oh, we did. Big
Yeah.
time. And that's a secret chat that you can only get on the Patreon. How much is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. $5 a month?
If that.
If that.
Anyway, so what was my point that I was making?
I don't know.
If you think I still look ill from last week, it's because we're recording it like about 2 hours later. So
It's still Valentine's Day.
it's still Valentine's Day, but this is coming out 2 weeks after Valentine's Day. But I do want to talk about Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But first, let's introduce our guest. Like you said, it's a very special episode. I've wanted to get this guy for a long time.
He's on his phone as you're saying that.
No, he's
you said it's a
looking
very
up-
special
checking
episode.
emails.
and
He's
then
looking up his intro for you.
I'm looking at your British comedy guide.
Okay.
Ah!
There's like that website that still has so
Contact.
Comedy CV.
The comedy CV
I'm
still
on
up.
there.
Yeah.
I look like I've just got out of a women's prison in my picture.
There's a few really good ones on there. There's like if you got like Josh Widdicombe, it's very funny.
Yeah.
Like a comedy CV.
It's great looking at.
Yeah.
I'll get mine up in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this guy on and off stage, and also on the football pitch.
Yes, it's true.
A very silky defender, and his name is Huge Davies.
Yeah.
I'm very excited that you're here. Thanks
Thanks
for
for
coming.
saying I'm
both do
silky.
intros. We both do intros.
Okay, what's your intro?
Guys, you're not going to want to believe this one. It's a real big event. Put it in your calendar, etc. Because we've got a polymath
Oh,
of the British comedy industry. You might know him as the winner of the Malcolm Hardy Award 2024. Cunning stunt. That's a little joke.
Did I win that?
You were a nominee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got nominated for a Malcolm Hardy Award for Weirdest Show once.
Oh, Amused Moose, main prize nominee. Natty's, not a lot of nominees, not a lot of wins.
Always the bridesmaid, never the
You
bride.
mentioned my. You mentioned. Okay.
Okay, Fresh from the Fringe 2024. He was in
Yeah.
episode 2. ITVX presents live. I didn't know they did that.
No, neither did I really.
Well, if you'd have done your research ahead of now, you would have known that. You'd have already read it
Bolton
before.
Comedy Festival.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been
When
Bolton.
did that?
Bolton, yeah.
You didn't get invited.
No, I
You
didn't
went
know
uni
that.
there.
I went uni there. I didn't know they did a comedy festival.
We'll tell you what. It's bananas over there.
Is it?
No.
The Octagon.
Sorry.
The Octagon Theatre in
No,
Bolton?
that's
Yeah.
UFC.
No.
No, it was the Octagon Theatre.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I played the Octagon Theatre.
Lovely staff. Couldn't be nicer.
couldn't be nicer.
Audience couldn't be less
2022,
pleased to see me.
He did
Yeah.
Laughterama.
Don't laugh at that.
I don't know what it is.
It's a gig in Manchester.
Kaleidoscope. Is that your show?
Who's put this on here? All this stuff.
It's Hugh Davis, everybody.
Yeah, it's me. Hello.
Which one of them did you prefer?
Vault Festival.
None of them actually.
Oh.
They all I feel like they were like
Okay.
they weren't even good. I feel like they weren't good credits. I
They're
feel like
the
you.
intros.
I feel like you laughed at some of the credits.
I'm saying which intro did you like? The best?
I liked your intro better actually.
I said polymath. What's your problem?
but I don't know.
What's going on with you lately? You got a lot of anger.
No,
Oh, you
I'm not
did
angry at
roast
all.
battle. How was that? Seriously.
Wow, you're going right in.
Yeah, roast battle. What do you want to know about it?
Like, what is it like to do? It's an unusual thing because we didn't get into comedy to roast.
Well, I did. No, it was good.
I got into comedy to fry. I absolutely fried them.
Air fried.
I'd say.
Comedy roast. It's good. I think I did it with Ed Knight, who's like a good friend of mine. So that was good. I think some.
Oh
people,
my god! Now there's someone I'm definitely going to slag off on this podcast.
Oh.
I cannot get that guy to reply to me about coming on here.
All right,
Well,
let's
li-
focus on the
It's
guy we have.
not personal.
Yeah.
I'm like maybe I'd say one of his closest friends, and he doesn't reply to me at all. I could show you the text thread. It's not personal.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually have a podcast with him.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like it's tough. But I did it with some people go and roast battle, and they do it with people they don't really know that well. And you can kind of tell.
That's mad.
Yeah. Because you can always tell if they're friends or not. And it was fun because we wrote together. It was quite stressful though, because it was like I think my second thing on TV I'd ever done. It was Ed's first thing. There's like nothing would make me more nervous than doing was basically new material, like in front of a live audience, in front of like Catherine Ryan and Jimmy Carr and like whatever.
Was it like old Jimmy Carr or new Jimmy Carr?
It was old Jimmy Carr.
Right.
But where
Do
he
you know
was,
what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also like, the pressure on it was like huge. And then it's like and then they all like it's like Richard Iowali like critiquing your jokes. I mean, it's for a laugh, but it's also like
how long was the actual filming of your
of the roasts.
Yeah.
We have 5 jokes each, but they cut it down to like 3 each. I think in the final one. But yeah, it was really stressful, and it was fun to do, but like it was like the most stressed I've ever been, as you could imagine.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, because we knew that it was funny, but it was just like, I think, it is just it's engineered to be stressful.
I went to see my showbiz friend Phil Ellis do his one.
Oh, did you?
I was on the phone with him
Johnny
half an hour ago.
Vegas. And basically, Phil didn't even get to do one of his because Johnny Vegas kept on like hammering him, and then every time he'd speak, he'd play into him again. It was really
my
funny.
god! Yeah, have you ever done a show with him before?
Who,
Johnny Vegas.
No.
I did once with him, and he wouldn't let me. So I was doubling in Birmingham, and then he was hosting the first show. It was like Johnny Vegas and friends. Never met him. And like I had to jump to the next one, and he was kept doing a bit with me, which meant like I couldn't leave. Otherwise, I'd look kind of. It was kind of like a chicken of like, are you going to leave?
Yeah.
So I had to stay.
Yeah.
For like ages.
That
And
was
it
like last week's episode of this because Bilal had to go off and teach his student that he teaches.
Yeah.
And me and Harry Hill just kept carrying on with the podcast.
Yeah, I made it.
Did you get any trouble?
No, I made it.
Okay.
It's
Well,
fine.
we can always overrun then.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's
Thanks for
wonderful to
having
see
me,
you. I like
guys.
your new glasses.
Thanks, man.
And you just got a great outfit on today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
look very stylish today.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You were stylish too. This tracksuit's great. This hat's it's all working.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean,
But you're wearing
It
something
is
that's
what it is.
clean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
you wore
That's
that last
sometimes
week.
as good as it can get.
I'll let you in a little secret, and the visual and audio listeners won't know this. It stinks.
It really stinks. Yeah. Yeah. It's good that it's not a 4D podcast.
Yeah.
So before we go any further,
Oh,
you got to do your feature.
yeah. And I'm going to add that quick because I'm meant to ask. Right.
What do you mean?
Huge. We have a feature here called Vet the Guest, where we check if you're appropriate to stay on the podcast because not everyone is.
Has anyone ever not passed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Huge,
Big time.
Huge Fanny Whitten store. He didn't make it.
Huge grant.
Yeah, huge
Huge
Grant,
Grant.
Huge Jackman didn't
Hugh
make
Jackman.
Nice.
Hugh Jackman sounds a bit porny,
it. Yeah.
isn't he?
6 questions.
Howard Hughes.
Well, 7 now, maybe.
Uh,
Please answer honestly.
Yeah.
Question number
Tell.
1.
Do you actually want me to answer honestly?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like not even.
no one's ever asked that.
Not even like
No
as
one's
a
ever
joke.
turned the lens back on you.
This isn't one of your panel shows where they're like, don't answer the question, do 5 minutes of
This
talking.
is what I lied to you, but without the lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't they tell the truth on there?
They just can't. They're like all young people who say, I can't lie. And they can't. They're always telling the truth.
Question 1. Best animal you've seen out and about?
Echidna.
Excuse me?
Echidna.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Nicole Echidna. Nicole Echidna is sort of like it's like a hedgehog but inside out.
Where'd you see that?
Australia in a zoo, but they're sort of
How
roaming
do you spell this?
Echidna. You know,
No.
Knuckles from Sonic the
Is
Hedgehog
it?
is an echidna. Yeah,
I love Knuckles.
But
Oh.
I also saw a platypus there as well, and I know the
That's
platypus
cool.
is better than the echidna. I will say that.
Okay,
The echidna
platypus.
is like, it is like a porcupine thing.
Yeah.
I love Knuckles. What do you think of Shadow the Hedgehog? Do you think he's cool?
Is that one of the questions?
Yeah, I think he's pretty cool.
You don't,
He's
you
enough
don't
to
have
he's
answer
enough
that,
to
it's
carry a
not-
whole the third film of Sonic. I think.
Have you seen any Sonic
No.
films, mate? Oh, they're no
My
good.
nephew's
They're no good.
obsessed.
Not really.
My nephew's obsessed with Sonic.
All right,
He's
sorry.
3.
Your boy,
Yeah.
to be fair, he's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
what
brings
nephews are
him
meant to
such
be
joy.
into. Imagine if your nephew was into like I don't know, like Holocaust films. That'd be crazy.
Well, he's into like Captain America. I think that's a bit old for him.
What? Well, I think
There's a lot of fighting.
well,
in
it's
it.
now it's like the new version is like quite political. It's all about like
Is it?
yeah, it's meant to be about like how can you trust your government. I'm not sure that's like the concept for that. It's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like strong for him.
He's into
I wonder
that,
if that's
isn't
why
he,
he
your
was
nephew?
chatting about all that when I saw him. He's 3.
The government,
Yeah.
can you trust the government? Yeah.
He's 3.
Yeah.
He said, "Can I trust? Can I trust the
But the
government?"
platypus, though, I think is really good. If you ever get the chance to see a platypus, you got to see this thing. It's fucking you. It's like when you see it, you don't even believe it's real. It's 5 animals in one animal, and like you've never seen an animal. It's like duck beak, mouth of a duck,
Yeah.
sort of body of an otter. It's got feet of a duck, feet of a duck or 2.
Does it?
Yeah, got feet, and then it's got like beaver's tail.
Right, yeah.
And then it's got poison barbs on its
Oh,
its fingers, so it's got snake legs technically.
Snake legs.
And then it's also like no egg.
Excuse me?
Like it's like a mammal, so it's like it just gives
Right.
birth. It's not even like so it's in the water,
Oh,
but it's not
disgusting.
even an egg.
Trying to
Yeah.
get a good picture up here, but
Platypus.
Well, you don't know what it looks like. Your listeners don't know what that looks like.
yeah, but they can see this if they want. I'll show it.
Okay, fine. But honestly, I looked at
Unless
this
they're
thing for like an
listening,
hour,
Pull over
hour
the
and
car,
a half.
get on the video.
That's a wonderful answer.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That
was-
my laptop started making that noise again.
It's making the song that sound of a platypus. That's what they sound
That'll
like.
stop in a second. That will stop in a minute.
Crazy the guy came in like to do like sound checks and then how do you
I can't stop it.
anticipate that
There we go.
Question 2.
yeah
Just happens on that.
What's your meal deal?
oh this is good
Yes.
I mean
let him cook.
do you mean like what I would have now or like what my most common meal deal is?
I mean, yeah, I guess your most
Oh.
common.
Yeah.
I think chicken and sweet corn for me is the most
Okay.
common. I think
That's a classy choice.
thank you man and I think crisps are normally cheese and onion, but I'll go prawn cocktail if I'm feeling a bit like ethnic. I'm going to say.
Right.
You
Yeah.
Can I
say
just
that.
say, now, obviously this might be different to you because you are very tall, right?
That
you
you
might
say
not
because you are
notice
ethnic.
No, because you might not notice the difference. But, like, when I get a meal deal, I don't want to grab the bag. It's too big for me. I
What
want
do
the
you mean?
old size bags, like a normal bag.
It's too big
and
for
there's
you.
only one packet of crisps that come in the normal size bag in the meal deal,
What's that?
and that is the baked Walker's cheese and onion.
Isn't it like 2 grams more heavy? It's like
It's not much.
But it's like
It's
probably
a
another
scam,
100
innit,
calories, man.
but even a
I
packet
can't
of
afford
crisps,
that on
a
my-
packet
on
of
my
crisps can't be
metabolism.
more than 10 grams, 20 grams. You
right.
can't do more than that. It's not. You're not eating anything. What you're eating in a packet of crisps is not even
Grab
a potato.
bag.
It's not
His
even one
stomach.
potato.
5 grams. Normal packet 30 grams. It's 15 more grams.
50 more grams.
That's a lot of grams of crisps.
And it's for me. I'm looking at the calories. My metabolism only works a 0 hours contract now that I'm 40. I can't afford a spare 100 calories on some crisps that I didn't want. The normal size was enough, and so there's very little choice for me.
Drink. You didn't say your drink.
No, I interrupted with this.
Right.
Yeah.
This was interrupting it.
Sorry.
What I'm saying right now.
But isn't important what you're saying.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
It's
important
a
for
fucking scandal. They're trying to What are the government trying to do? Make us so obese that we can't vote?
It's important for Joe to express himself. It's very important for Joe.
Since he's been talking to his nephew, he's got very political.
Yeah.
Yeah, what drink you having?
Iced tea.
Oh,
Iced tea,
classy
peach iced tea.
gentleman.
Is that available in the meal deal? I think it is.
Yeah.
I think so.
In fact, I've had it in the meal deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it is.
I once had that Huel in the meal deal
Yeah.
once.
But as your food,
The Huel head, yeah.
it's your food, isn't it? It's not a drink.
I think it was a snack.
Oh, it's
Whoa,
not. Though.
that's great
I think
value.
it counted as a snack.
That's great.
So what I
value.
did, you get soup, Huel, and Lucozade. So you get 3 triple liquid.
The liquid lunch.
The triple jump.
Oh,
yeah.
diarrhea.
Yeah.
Question 3. Do you ever pretend to like stuff that you don't care about?
That's getting a new Patreon in.
No, that's saying create more storage space.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. It depends on the situation. If I'm having like a 2-minute exchange with someone, I'll probably say that I like something and then just pass it off. But if it's like someone I'm going to have friends with a long time, I will draw the line.
But you never know. A friendship could come out of nowhere. Do you like football?
Yeah. I watch football every single week. I watch so much Fulham.
Oh yeah.
You knew that already.
Yeah, I knew that.
You know what? I went to football last week and someone said, "Oh, I didn't know you're a Fulham fan. I've been wearing a Fulham jersey to
Every
football
week,
every
yeah.
single
Huge.
week
Can
for
I
3 years."
tell you something amazing? My in-laws are Chelsea supporters.
That's not amazing, is it?
Wait,
That's not the
That's
bit,
not even
mate.
good story.
That's not the bit.
You're going to enjoy this.
So I was over
This is
at
for you.
my dad's. This is for you. At my father-in-law's, at my dad's. I call him Dad. I was at my father-in-law's for Christmas. On Boxing Day, they had their season
Which is a
ticket
weird thing
holders.
to call your girlfriend's dad.
Dad, wife. He was at my wedding, but they had a spare. Their season ticket. They had a spare for Chelsea versus Fulham on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened?
Yeah, I do remember, yeah. Good stuff.
Chelsea winning, Fulham equalise 80th minute and then score the winner on the 95th minute.
Yeah, it was a good day for me.
That was amazing. It was a good day for me.
Good day for you.
I was
Why was it?
buzzing.
Because he's an Arsenal fan.
Oh,
It's funny.
I see. Yeah,
It's
no,
funny
it is
to be in the
funny.
Chelsea end when that happened.
The Chelsea end.
It is funny. I think Chelsea are very resistant to Fulham being their rivals, but it's like
They are.
They live like less than a mile away. I think
They
it is.
should
Yeah,
be
you have to
rivals.
reckon
Why
They
are
have
they
to
being
be
rivals with
rivals.
Spurs? It doesn't
and
make sense.
I think it's absolutely fine to have Fulham as your rivals, and also there's almost like what's good to have. I think it's actually good to have a rival that's not quite good because you're gonna if you win all the derbies, then like you're happy.
Yeah. And then
Why
when
would you
they
want
get
Why
one,
would you want a derby with a team that's of equal level to you?
They hate
It was
us.
great, man.
Yeah.
They're
hate
singing
Spurs.
Stamford Bridge
Wait,
is
so
falling down.
Arsenal
Very
and Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
is it
amazing
tense?
this podcast
It's
works.
tense. There's
Twice a year is pretty tense.
No, I mean,
We
bless
don't really-
Bilal. We
don't
did
really.
my tour show in Poole, and it was the night of the second leg of the League Cup semi-final. And I paused it on
Semi-finale.
iPlayer so that we could listen to the game in the car on the way home. And he knew that we'd lost 4-0,
4-0.
but just sat there enjoying it in silence.
Yeah,
as
great.
Well, I
My
didn't.
dreams fell
I
apart
didn't.
on the
You
way
know,
home.
you didn't want to know.
I didn't want to know.
Well, anyway, we're still on.
Let the guest.
Question number 4.
That's the mark of a good podcast, by the way.
This is a good
Because
podcast.
can I just say, anybody at home is like this when this I guess sometimes goes on long.
It's good.
That's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Harry Hill just wanted to get
I
through
wanted
it,
to get
man.
out of it.
He's a businessman, yeah.
Question
Yeah.
4. Air fryer?
Yeah, 2.
Really?
Yeah,
What are you
got
talking
2.
about? Why?
So what I'm saying is I've got 2 air fryers.
But why?
Well, one was so I moved into a place and they had
No.
an air fryer.
I've just realised. I'm so sorry, but I stayed at my friend's after my Leicester tour show, and he said, "I've got a new air fryer. You can have my old one."
You forgot it.
And I've only just realised I've not brought it back.
Oh man, was it a good one? How many?
Oh, it's a small one, but I've never had one. So I was
You
like,
said you got 2 air fryers and he went, oh.
I technically have. I technically have. Well, technically it's 4.
Because it's got 2 doors. 2
drawers, so
Yeah.
2 different air fryers in there. Well, I
That's mental.
moved into a new place. My mum very kindly gifted me an air fryer.
Lovely, mum.
I say gifted. She bought it for herself and then didn't want it, gave it to me. That's how everything works in my
Yeah,
house.
that's good.
Why wouldn't somebody want one?
Well, she just is like quite old fashioned.
Yeah.
like she
I
just
am,
likes.
so maybe I wouldn't have got on with
She
it.
likes to cook everything by pot. Do you know what I mean? Even she eats rice every day and refuses to get a rice cooker. She just likes doing it the old way.
Yeah, fair play.
But then when I got to the new place, they had an air fryer too. This exact same air fryer so we have now 4 technically
4
4.
bins.
That's great,
bins.
man.
4
Yeah,
drawers.
it's good stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
And we all have different dietary issues, so we can all cook at the same time. It's great.
Yeah.
Question number 7.
Yeah.
You reminded me. I wanted to add this to this. Ever been to a 4D cinema?
Yes. Once, I think.
Me too, once.
Wait, it depends on what you think is 4D. It's either the smell one or the water one, the spray one, or it's the ones that move the seat.
I think the one I went to was water, and I think the seats moved. It was at Thorpe Park.
I think that's 5D, technically.
5D.
Because if it's water, if it's 2 extra things, it's like... No, wait, no. 2D is not regular. 2D is a regular... So what cinemas are 2D, right? That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
2D.
Okay.
So 3D is the...
ABBA.
Goggles.
Yeah, and then 4
Yeah.
There's like a
is the
sensory.
movement, and then 5 is the movement and the spray.
And the spray.
Oh.
So what did you see?
I just went to a real earthquake and watching TV during it. But there was a film called Quake in which there was like a 4D. There was like a thing where it's like an earthquake film, and then you could sit in the seat outside the cinema and test it. But I was just thinking, I was like, isn't it mad that we're like, it's like not enough to watch an earthquake film? You've got to be like, I wonder. I need to like know what earthquake, like how privileged we are to be like, I would love to just like feel like I'm in an earthquake.
Well,
Isn't that crazy?
It's
right
not nice.
now, this isn't an interesting story, which you should never say that on a podcast. But I've been in an earthquake. Don't laugh.
Okay, but how about like what was falling off? Was anything falling off the table?
I was in my hotel room. I was quite young, like maybe 16, 17. I was hungover. My brother and sister, like it was like a split level room. So it was like a bed up these stairs and at the bottom. And I had to go and get my brother up because we were going scuba diving. And I was on the stairs. And the stairs started moving, and I was like, oh, this is some hangover. Because that felt like the stairs moved, but it's obviously me. And my mum and dad came in and went, there's an earthquake! And then everyone was fine.
But they were all hungover.
One person died because they were walking their dog on the edge of a cliff and they fell off.
That could be this fucking idiot.
They could have just walked off anyway, that's
they
right.
could.
Yeah.
But they had a dog.
Did the dog die?
No, the dog was fine.
I think that was a murder, technically.
By the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in Cyprus or somewhere.
Yeah.
And the final question of Vet the Guest, it's 7 this time. Final question is, what do you want to be? What do you want to be?
That's a really good question. Can I think about that?
Yeah. It's good flat white.
Yeah. It's sparkling water today.
Is it?
Really spoiling us.
Oh, mine is normal.
No,
No, it is
it's,
sparkling. Do you like sparkling?
I mean, I'll drink it. I'm drinking it.
Power Ranger,
What colour?
black.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
I had the toy when it was the elephant tusk guys.
That's the original one. That's what I want.
Yes,
I had a
mate.
dream. So I don't really dream really, but sometimes I have like these dreams. So I have either no dreams or dreams that are like I've lived 50 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's like you fully live that dream, and when you wake up, it's like I had a dream in which I went to Power Ranger, like I was scouted by Power Ranger Academy, and then I went there and like worked. This is like from the age of like 6, and I was in the academy, and then they got me through. Like I went through the ranks, and it was like the Black Power Ranger was like the one you want, and then I even had a wife in the dream. Do you know what I mean? This was like the
Did Zordon, was he the priest at your wedding?
He officiated it.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a
what that
big head in a tube.
means.
Yeah.
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 That's good.
No, that was really good.
It's quite funny.
Now, if we were talking about Captain Planet, I would have known.
I don't know that.
But then I did the whole thing, and I eventually like picked up the mantle of the Black Power Ranger, and then I woke up, and it was just like my life, and like I'd never wanted to be like dead more, because I was like, I'll never get even close to that.
This is like Diary of a CEO podcast now.
Can I tell you? Because I have very
Do you think
vivid
that's
dreams.
what they do on Diary of the CEO?
Don't they sometimes go deep?
Well, what do you? Yeah, I guess so.
Have you seen it?
No, I've not seen it. I imagine they're not
it's not
talking
good.
about the ambitions to
Someone
be in a Power
could say
Ranger.
that easily.
Oh,
and then
right,
say,
yeah.
I wish I was dead.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite of you, though. I have very vivid dreams, and this week, I've had 2.
Tell me.
One, Donald Trump was in my flat, and he was taking away like all books and records and like anything creative.
Then you fell asleep and had a mad dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one. And another one, I had a dream that I was down to the final 3 in a competition that was happening. I was in the competition, and my mum was one of the judges. And in the final, all you had to do was down a bottle of wine.
All
And
you had to do.
This in the final. Like there'd been other things that I wasn't aware of what they were.
Yeah.
It got me to this point. And the winner got 10 grand. And I was like, man, I could really use this 10 grand, right? And
in the dream. Now you're loaded. But like in the dream, you could have used it. Yeah.
As you can hear by my laptop, I'm really loaded.
That's because all the money's coming in.
And then I was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put apple juice in the wine. So there's no wine, so it's easier to drink.
What wine? The apple.
No, pour the wine out and replace it with
apple
juice,
with apple
right?
juice, famously the color of
the
apple
right
juice.
Colour. Yeah. And then I was telling that to my mum, and she went, "Oh, but you can't win anyway because I'm one of the judges." I was like, "Well, why am I in the final then?" I thought I was going to win 10 grand.
No, but that is good though. That even in your dream, the moral of the competition, you can't enter if your mum's a judge. I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's
But
good.
I woke up.
It's bad for you, but I'm saying
I
it's
woke
good
up
for
and
a
I could
competition.
smell the 10 grand.
Anti-nepotism dream.
Even in your dreams, you can't be a nepo baby.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations, Huge. You scored 8,300 points on Vet the Guest. That's very high.
Very high.
Well, how
It's very
about
high.
is there like a top gear of like who's got the highest?
That might be the best one.
Really?
That is
Yeah, that's
very
quite
high.
high.
Normally,
It's very
like
high.
they're in the.
I think my answers
6,000s.
were good.
They were good.
It was a proper Vet the Guest. Like,
And I've got a little treat for you now that you've won, Vet the Guest.
Kit Kat.
I'm going to show you my comedy CV picture.
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah, it's good.
I can see my computer was starting to shut down. Oh my god, Joey. Can I read it?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't read it, so this is going to embarrass me. But
So
yeah.
I will say,
It's
for anyone
awful hearing
listen,
this,
so if
isn't
anyone listens to this, so comedycv.co.uk is basically like, well, it's like when you're coming up, you sort of think that putting your something
it was
on
like a
this.
Wikipedia for comedy.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
when you're open mic comic, you just jump on these things because you think they're very important, but they're not important.
Yeah.
And then you sort of put
I had the photo especially taken for
either you put it on, or like maybe your agent puts it on, or
Yeah.
something like, or whatever. So like someone puts it on for you, like a club maybe will do it. That's like trying to promote you. But then what happens is you forget all about it, and
Yeah.
then you come back to it
For
in
like 15
20
years,
years.
yeah.
Well, I imagine so. This will be the first time reading this in what I imagine is maybe 19 years.
Genuinely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely don't remember what's on there.
Do you remember? It's before. Do you remember? Did you put this on, or was it someone
now.
else? No. Did you?
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
No.
Should we explore?
Let's explore.
Okay. Joey Page.
Hello.
And you've got
It's a proper guest, man.
Joey Page is one of
He's
the
got his
most.
own podcast, though, so he knows how to podcast.
Oh, right.
Joey Page is one of the most unique and exciting rising stars in the business.
Yeah, great.
Should we do it by sentence by sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you feel about
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
that? I think that's true.
I would have liked that. I don't
Yeah.
think. Unfortunately, I'm still there.
Okay. Hailed as the future of stand-up, Joey's been storming
By
the
myself, I
circuit.
reckon.
So he's been storming the circuit with his trailblazing brand of indie comedy.
Oh yeah, I
indie
came up
comedy.
with that idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like indie music.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I used to dress like Pete Doherty.
Yeah, but do you
Yeah.
have hat at this point?
Yeah, I had the hat.
Yeah, do you wear it on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Every day. It was almost like a mental illness. I wore it every day of my entire fucking life for about 10 years.
That is surreal.
You're really loving this, aren't you?
It's really funny.
It's surreal and inventive. I don't.
used to be.
So far, this is like really good.
Yeah.
Like normally,
And this is before AI.
yeah.
Somebody would have had to have written this, me or my
This is not
agent.
that embarrassing, and I also think this
No,
rings
it's
true
all
to
right.
you.
Right. Thanks.
I think it rings true
I
to
mean,
you.
I don't think I'm that surreal anymore, but that's fine.
I think you are.
All right.
I've seen
I'll take
shows. You maybe not. Maybe I'd say if you were watching a 20-minute set, yeah, but that's necessary. But if you do like a show,
Oh, my new one is just moaning.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
fine.
anecdotes.
That time I killed that child. No. Carry on.
Joey's murder of the children. No, Joey's enigmatic and charming presence brings about an instant rapport with his audiences. I think that's true.
I love to find out who's saying this though. Like, I must have just said it about myself.
Yeah, but that's what. What else can you do when you're open mic? No one's gonna do it for you. But I don't think this is unfair. Some people will be like the top dog or whatever. Like people.
Bexley Heath's top comedian.
Like it's like I went to the comedy store and everyone stood up and clapped and then like wanked me off. Like it's nothing like that. You know, it's this is all pretty good.
Keep going.
The style and subject matter of his material is unlike that of anyone out there. Okay, I'm just saying that, and I regret saying that, making him one of the most unique and memorable acts you will ever see.
Ever.
No. You will see. I just wanted to put ever see in. With 4 years experience, Joey has been established at doing opening 20s and gigs at some prestigious gigs as
Go on. What ones? What?
the Fumfig Bar,
Oh yeah.
Amuse Moose,
Yeah.
Funny Bunnies. Funny bunnies.
Do you know what Funny Bunnies is?
No, I
That's
wasn't around.
Angela Barnes. She used to run a club.
Oh,
in
really?
Brighton. And Finfig Bar is actually what Backyard used to be called.
Oh, really? Okay. It just sounds like the name of just any. It just sounds like not a real gig.
It doesn't sound real.
Yeah.
Funny.
It doesn't
bunnies.
like Funny Bunnies
Funny
doesn't
Bunnies.
sound a real gig.
Yeah.
Amused
Such
Moose
prestigious
weirdly
gigs.
sounds like the most prestigious.
Yeah,
one.
right. You know they're selling that.
Yeah, I've heard.
Did you buy it?
No,
Shall we?
I've got to get a new laptop first.
Comedy Tree, Happy Mondays, Sunday Special, the King's Head Theatre, Pleasance Theatre, and the Bloomsbury Theatre. The Bloomsbury Theatre.
Oh, so can I tell you what happened at the Bloomsbury Theatre? This is a great story, actually. So Amused Moose ran a 90 acts in 90 minutes kind of thing.
Oh my
right?
goodness.
And everyone got like, I don't know, you would think a minute, but they didn't quite. It was like 45 seconds. And basically, first of all, I tried to convince all the comedians to end on the same joke. But no one was up for it.
Yeah.
Which was a shame.
Was it a bad joke or it?
Well, just like a very simple, like,
Yeah.
you know, and everyone ended on it. It would get so funny by the.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
sure.
And then everyone was trying to cram as much stuff into their minute or whatever as possible. So I purposefully did 30 seconds and just went, I haven't really got anything else. Just stood there, my hands in my pocket.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun.
did he get you through?
Well, it wasn't like a competition.
Oh, it wasn't a
was just
competition.
it was a showcase.
How long each?
No, like 45 seconds.
Fucking hell.
Something like
And
that.
Muse Moose
A minute, maybe,
would do
if
that.
that.
They
Yeah.
do that a minute and a half.
And it was packed. Bloomsbury Theatre.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Those are the days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those are the days when people just had nothing to do.
Mm.
Now there's everything to do.
Yeah, too much.
Too much to do. We'll continue.
I was still going.
He's also gigged regularly for CKP, Off the Curb, and Mirth Control.
Chanel's Productions.
He's currently embarking on his own monthly solo show in Brighton, has been writing on projects for Radio 1 and So Television. Then we've got one quote here.
Who's it from?
Who do you think it's from? Who do you guess it's from?
It's from Thingy, isn't it? From
What?
Mighty Boosh.
Oh, yeah, probably.
No.
No.
Ah.
Guess again. You got two more guesses.
Oh, is it like
It's a comedian.
Trevor Locke?
Is it Trevor Locke?
No.
One more guess.
Angela Barnes?
No. Nick Helm?
No.
No.
Josie Long.
Josie Long. Oh, that's
Oh.
good. Yeah.
Joey Page is brilliantly inventive and imaginative and very funny.
Can't believe you bugged Josie Long. Yeah. Can I have a
That
quote?
came up naturally in conversation. She just said that.
Yeah.
She just said out now. She went.
Have
Joey
you ever
Page.
got a quote off a comedian?
I've got loads.
I don't ever.
I've never got one.
No.
I think I think I don't know how to ask for that. And also I think it puts like unfair. For me, I feel like the pressure.
Yeah.
And also,
That's how I feel.
if I say to someone, I want to be honest. I don't want to be like if they're like not the best comedian and they'll like, ask for a quote. Like I don't want to give them the quote. Like I don't want to be like I've seen them perform once and it went quite well.
That's what you.
Do you know what I mean? That's pretty much comedy all the time.
Yeah.
That's how I feel all the time. I'd say there's probably been about like 10 comedians in my entire life I watched and went, fuck, that's special. Everyone else is like, that is funny, and you amused the crowd, and it was nice. And I enjoyed it too.
It was nice.
But it does help, you know what I mean?
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, Josie Long, a quote from Josie Long at this time
At that
would have
time,
been
yeah.
absolutely crazy.
And then but similarly now, because I've done like tour support for Rob Beckett, to then do my own tour, it's really key to have a quote from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wouldn't give me one, but so.
No, but you've
yeah.
got like the Scotsman and that.
Yeah, but
That's
it's also
better.
no, but people don't know the Scotsman. They know.
It looks good, man.
Yeah, I've got
Have you got the
both.
Guardian?
No,
Just say you got the Guardian.
you can't do that. That's
I say
fraud.
things all the time. I just keep.
I know your enemy thing's so funny.
People always congratulate me on that stuff. Like close friends will always
Do
be
you
in
know
my
what he's talking
inbox.
No, I'm gonna find out.
Basically, like to promote myself, I do my own PR. Well, I can't. I basically make my own articles about myself that are just completely fake, but they'll be like on really big magazines and stuff.
Yeah,
like
brilliant.
Rolling Stone magazine.
But I'm really good at editing photo. I do my own posters, so I'm really good at like editing it to look like a cover of an. If you give me any photo, I can just make it into like a front cover of like a magazine, and I do it all the time.
That's a great thing to do for people's birthdays.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. I haven't done that.
No, but you could sell that service?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you don't need to because you're doing great.
No, I actually would like that. I actually would prefer to be in my little room on computer in Boffice.
Sorry?
Bedroom office, Boffice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bed office. I'd love to be doing that.
Oh.
But instead I have to travel to Norwich or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing on Norwich. It's just very far away.
And so how's the show going?
Yeah, it's going well, man. It's going
So
well.
obviously
It's good fun.
tonight, 2 weeks ago, as we film this, but tonight you're doing Soho Theatre.
Doing Soho Theatre, yeah. It's good fun. It's good fun. It's a good fun show. It's the funnest show I've ever done.
Mate, I mean, your stand-up is always so, like, I came to the only show I saw in Edinburgh that time when I was up for 4 days, which I want to talk about this actually in a minute, the disgustingness of this.
Oh, the maggot gate?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
man.
I went and saw I'm a huge fan of your stuff. I came to see your work in progress. It's the only thing I saw when I was there.
Sucked.
And, but it's still funny because you're just so funny with a crowd
Thanks,
as well.
Man. Yeah.
Like,
Thanks,
so
man. Well,
I'm glad it's going really well.
The whole new show is like based around the crowd. Like, so I have an hour show, but like I do the show, but like the more, if I get to the end of it and the less material I've done in the show, the better. And sometimes if I finish the show, if I like look at my watch and it's like, I haven't done the show, that's like a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like with the podcast, right? We were saying that like if we don't get past the first thing,
Yeah, that's great.
like I just try and like avoid doing the actual show. Because if you see the full show, it's probably not been a good one, which is like quite weird. And also it's really nice because then people come up to me sometimes after shows and they're like, or like whatever, and they're like, I saw that show, and then I ask them which show it was, and then because it's like quite dependent on what happened on the night, I always know which show that was exactly. Whereas like before, if you do like a run of shows and they say, oh, you would never be able to distinguish the one, and I was like, oh, you like when that guy came on stage and then you did the whole show with him on the stage or whatever happened that night. So I like doing that. I think that's what's good about doing shows. If you make them all really different, then it never gets boring.
It's fun, isn't it?
Because I think the fatigue of doing the same thing over and over and over again
it's exhausting.
is like a lot of the
and you've still got
issue.
A lot of places to do on the tour.
Do you remember
Everybody should definitely go and see it.
Oh, thanks, man.
This will probably come out around about, where are we now? Yeah, like the end of the month. So there's still loads of chances to see Hughes, Oxford, Southampton, Luton, Leeds, Sheffield, Liverpool, Birmingham, Norwich, Salford, Colchester, Newcastle, Nottingham, Cardiff, Belford, Dublin, Bath, Exeter, Bristol, Portsmouth. It's still
Fucking hell, it's a long fucking tour, isn't it?
Aberdeen, Glasgow, Edinburgh.
Do you like my website? I made it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I was literally going to say, I was having a chat with Mark Simmons, who's also been on here.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking to him about ticket sales for my tour, and he went, well, you've not got a website. And I was like, but I've never needed a website. And he was like, if you want to be a big boy, you need a website.
Yeah, I this was new, actually. The website's new. So I really enjoyed making it.
I might be chatting to you about that.
I would say that if anyone who doesn't want in tickets to my shows, just check out my website. It's just like a lot. It's just, I think it's nice. I think it's a nice website.
Economically pleasing.
It's a bit like when you get trapped in like a social media hole when you're doing sometimes people have messaged me. They said they went on my website for 8 days. Because you get on the website, you wake up and it's like your kids are 18 and they've gone.
Remember when we did that show in Halifax and it was rubbish?
Yeah,
that was a good day.
That's one of the times that I'm finding it difficult to picture, but because like I'm trying to like block, I'm trying to block it. That was a hard one.
Yeah, because it took all day to get there and back, innit?
For me, Halifax sounds like it might be closer than it is.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like you think Halifax, you're thinking like maybe it's like it can't be past Birmingham.
Or
something like that. It's so far away.
It was the Champions League final that day as
well,
when Man City won.
And it's crazy that you had, because you went you went first.
Yeah,
it's crazy that you got the better deal out. Like in that situation, that you were the lucky one.
Is it like an arts centre? I think I've been.
Yeah.
It was 6 people?
Something like that. Big theatre.
Yeah. When I went, it was a very, very small number. Maybe 18.
And I will say that's not like anything to do with you or me. That's to do with like theatre. So sometimes theatres just don't promote anything. Like more people would have come, but like these theatres just don't care. Like a lot of theatres just don't care about.
It's all subsidised. It's all a gravy train.
They're on the gravy train.
So I went and stayed at. I was up in Edinburgh for like 2 nights. So I said,
Maggot,
Ellis, can I stay on your sofa? And he was like, yeah.
This flat was, I'd say, to put it mildly, was grotty. In terms of like, it was me, Sunil,
Phil.
Red Richardson, R.I.P. You would never see that fucker ever again. apart if you're on the tube, you might see them.
Yeah.
Or looking at the side of the bus.
Or running down your phone.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sunil, Red, me, Phil Ellis, and then you on the sofa. So I'd say like pretty grotty.
But how this started was I said, Phil, I'm coming up at like whatever time. And my flight was about 8 p.m. And he texted me at 7:45 and said, yeah, you might want to buy like a quilt and a pillow. I was like, well, where am I going to get that at like fucking 9 o'clock on a Thursday night?
Oh my God.
And it was like such a small sofa.
It's a two-man sofa.
And it was one of them like fake leather sofas with like the hard like arms on the end.
Also, by the way, this is student accommodation, so it's not even like a real flat. It's like that's like a sofa that like you wouldn't even like not even a student could sleep on.
No.
You know what I mean?
And then I was only there for 2 days, and on one of the days there was a maggot outbreak.
So basically, that we get in the kitchen. Joe's asleep on the sofa. This story is like, I think this story is like one of my top 5 worst memories of my entire life. So we get in the kitchen. There's 2 maggots like on the floor.
Yeah.
And then
and
then we go, where are we coming from? We're like, cool house meeting. We're like, we got to find the source of these guys because it's just gonna get worse. We're like going around on our hands and knees looking for the maggots. Open up. There's like a cupboard under the kitchen sink. There's like what could only be described as like a bin full of maggots. There's like
it's basically someone's forgotten that bin is in there.
It's a food bin.
Yeah.
So it's from the previous. It's not us. It's the previous people that have been there. But like no one has changed.
No one has come in.
No one's checked.
No. And it was like it was like sealed in to there, so you couldn't really.
There was another bin in the kitchen that everyone was.
But obviously there was
using.
a little hole big enough for little 2 maggots to get through.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, and then the maggots start to like. We tried to move the maggots out. They start pouring out this bin. Like, the maggots are on the floor. Phil Ellis, like Sunil at this point is like, I'm going to leave or I'm going to be sick.
Yeah.
Like, I think, Joey, you're still in the site. You've got nowhere else to go.
I'm trapped. I'm a guest.
That's your room. It's your room.
Yeah.
Phil Ellis grabs a KFC bucket, sweeps the maggots into the bucket like he's brushing his teeth. Like it's nothing to him. Like he's doing it like this is every day. Like it's just like, oh, you get up, you brush your teeth, you sweep the maggots into the bucket,
into the KFC
you have
bucket.
Lunch, you have a cup of tea.
Even the idea that you
go
would
do your
think
show.
to use the KFC bucket again
Yeah.
for anything.
And he's sweeping it in there. He does not. That's nothing. It's like it is a Mary Poppins song for him. It's nothing. And then he's sweeping them in. And then like
there's some shrieking going on.
And at one point, like we all were there. And we all stood round this KFC bucket, and there's like maggots in this bucket, and there's like bones in there and stuff, and like there's all a moment where like we're all thinking like, oh fuck, this is like our lives, and like it's mid Edinburgh too, so it's like people aren't feeling like the best. Phil Ellis, like
a few 3-star reviews knocking around.
He said, we're standing there in silence. Phil Ellis goes, "There are more maggots in this bucket than people in my show yesterday." It was like I was like, this is like a low, like this is a low,
and
there are more maggots in this bucket than people in my show yesterday.
Make me feel sick. I don't know. I
mean,
would have had to leave.
They should though. That's what they're
really,
for.
Yeah, I've had it a couple of times where I've had to deal with it.
Yeah. I think fish deserve to die.
Why have you had to deal with, I can hand on my heart.
Yeah,
I've never had to deal with maggots.
Oh, just something in the summer. And something in the bin for too long, kind of thing. And
I don't think I've really ever seen that many maggots.
Oh no, these weren't a lot. There was only a few, but I had to like quickly
shut down.
Yeah, down the sink.
Yeah,
so it's bleach.
Do you know that I looked up? Sometimes I get into like a low spot and I like type something like disgusting into YouTube and see what comes up. You ever do that? Well, I've done that before, and then I did that once, and it was like the top 20 most disgusting foods in the world.
Right.
Okay.
Mukbang.
Yeah. Mukbang, yeah. That's what this show could be, potentially. But then I was going through it and there were some really disgusting foods. At like number 3 was like this cheese in France, and they like leave it out in the open and flies come in and lay eggs in the cheese. God. And they turn into maggots, and then you eat the maggots because they've like eaten the cheese. So then it's like gone through them and it's like pasteurized.
Are they alive?
Yeah, so you're like eating live maggots on
little wriggly worms in there.
No.
And then number 1, like it's going through like the foods are getting like more and more disgusting, right? And then number 1 is just haggis. How crazy is that? People think haggis is more disgusting than like live maggots.
So you were
I've had
yourself.
the maggot. I've had the haggis, not the maggot.
Oh no!
I've been tricked.
The bucket. straight from the bucket.
What a horrible story.
That's the Scottish version of it, isn't it? It's like in France, they get the maggots and the cheese. In Scotland, they put the maggots in a KFC bucket, and then you eat the maggots that have had the KFC.
And then they deep fry it inside a Mars bar. What was... No, I've totally lost what I was going to say then.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all right. I'm just upset.
You're just upset. Yeah. You want to take a moment?
It's been
it's time to get on with some problems.
Okay.
Yeah?
Did you bring a
You
problem?
were asking me for permission.
What do you mean?
You sort of said, yeah, as if like, can we?
No,
is that all right?
From a listener.
What should we do next?
A problem from a listener.
Help.
His eyes have got so small since he started talking about maggots. His pupils have like properly gone tiny. I don't know what that means. Are you okay?
That was awful. I felt sick.
Yeah, no, sorry about that.
No, it's all right. I hope the listeners enjoyed it.
Good
it is a funny story.
Might be good for clippy.
Good for clipping. Might get us banned on Instagram. You all right, boy?
Yeah. This is from CK.
Hello, CK.
CKP.
CK says,
Shout out
keep
Christian.
on getting sacked for not turning up at work. I wonder if you have any advice for me.
Say that again quickly.
I keep getting sacked for not turning up for work. I wondered if you had any advice for me.
So exactly what I thought it would said, yeah. Just, yeah.
Get a job that you don't mind as much. I worked in a school. I started doing some work because comedy's been difficult financially, right? So I worked.
I'm actually going for a boom period.
I worked as a SEN teaching assistant, special education needs, and I was knackered.
Every week you say that. No one knows what the SEN stands for. So why don't you just not say the SEN bit? Why don't you just say?
No, a lot of
education
people
needs?
do.
Right. Just wasting it.
Now I do.
You're trying to filibuster to the end of the hour.
Quiet. I do SEN tutoring, where I go to a student's house for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And create like a 2-hour lesson, but it's only 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I can do my gigging, I do my Twitch streaming, auditions.
How many people do you do this with?
Just one student at the moment. I only just started it.
Are they like? Do they have a lot of mates?
Pardon?
Did that student have a lot of mates?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So basically being paid to be a friend to this boy.
Yeah.
And they let you go early today.
Well, today they had to leave early. They had to go out shopping.
Oh.
And they said, "Do you mind?" I said, "No, I don't."
No.
Well, they're shopping.
Quite the opposite.
What are they shopping for?
They said they got a wedding to go to.
I don't think this is a boy. I think this is a real grown person.
What do you mean?
You can't go to a
No,
wedding.
Do you see the boy, or is it like Love
boy
is
goes
Blind?
shopping for a wedding?
No, his parents were taking him.
Oh, right. Fine.
They're all
Is it like Love is Blind?
How would it be like Love is
Like
Blind?
you don't see the boy?
No, I see the boy.
Oh, so
it's not on Netflix. I didn't audition for this.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Do you do much?
That'd be good if you did Love is Blind, but it's for a student you never saw. I mean, not as good as Love is Blind.
What would this be good for?
I don't know.
You're
You're just teaching them, and then at the end you're like, oh, that's what you look like. That's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
That's probably why I'm not on TV.
So have you got any advice for CK?
Well, I was saying you get a thing.
Do you audition for lots of stuff? Which is the question I know you was going to ask.
If you can do a thing for 2 hours a day and manage to turn up, or less,
Or just have a job with like high, like a high wage, but just do it.
Or
for less
do a
time.
job where you can DOS a lot. Like I used to have a job where I was giving out free samples in M&S on a Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And because I worked for an outside company, but I was in M&S, I wasn't under the jurisdiction of the managers of Marks and Spencer's, but the person that employed me had loads of stores to get around, so it was unlikely they were going to be coming and checking on me every week. So I'd spend quite a lot of time having toast.
Yeah.
And
Or just have a
staffing.
job that facilitates something that you want to do outside of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
if
like-
you do something you love, you never work a day in your life.
That's
which is
great,
why I've
that's
only
great.
been doing stand-up for no days.
Did you come up with that?
No, that's a real. That's
a
the
real.
sort of thing that people put on greetings
Do you,
cards.
do you do a lot of acting?
I've done acting before.
What you been in?
He's a good actor.
I've
You
been in,
good?
I've been in some sitcoms.
Oh yeah.
I'm normally like the go-to for like anyone that like if you want someone to be like working in a shop and they're quite grumpy. That's
Yeah, me too.
That's me. Yeah, we both vying
I'm
for that.
surprised we've not gone up for the same stuff.
I
probably
actually
have.
saw you.
Oh, we
I saw
probably have
you in
taped.
I saw you in a film recently. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What film?
Someone told me the premise for that film. I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
nuts,
it's pretty bonkers. Yeah.
Sorry, what film's this?
But you don't know he's been in a film.
Well, the last time he told me he was in a film, it was a
Here we
Christmas
go.
film.
Yeah, it's that film.
Yeah, right. And he was like, go to cinema and see me in this film. He doesn't even speak in it. I'm not going to watch that.
I could say a couple of lines.
Yeah, they got cut.
No.
But you must watch the film. I mean, you should have watched the film.
I watched it, but
I watched the film.
I watched it assuming he was going to be in it a lot, and he never came back.
Obviously not. I mean, but I don't care. I get to brag about that for years.
Yeah.
Did you meet anyone? I knew you properly.
All of them.
You met Emilia Clarke?
I met Emilia Clarke.
What was she like in real life? She's
very nice. Emma Thompson was the nicest.
Yeah.
Paul Feig, director, very good. I didn't meet the lead guy. I met Michelle Yeoh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other guy from Wham, I met him. What's he called?
Andrew Ridgeley.
Andrew Ridgeley. Met him. Very nice.
What was he doing there?
Well, he's at the end. He's right at the end because George Michael was meant to be there as well.
But that happens quite a lot. Like, I can't get through like an advert break.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's always just like someone I know popping up in there. It must be really annoying. Yeah.
I'm in a lot.
Yeah, you're in a lot. It must be really annoying. My old flatmate, who was like a teacher, actually the teacher, we used to watch TV together, and it must have been so annoying for me to be like, oh, that's my friend.
Yeah,
but you've got to say it because it's like it's fucking mad to be watching TV and your friend just comes up on the TV.
Yeah.
But because all our friends are like kind of in adverts every now and then, you've got
quite a lot.
Yeah. Sunil as well. Like
Sunil's in a lot.
Sunil's in every. He's in that banking advert that happens whenever football's happening.
It's on all
or
the
in the
time,
cinema. So it's either in the cinema or when football. It's the only time you watch TV is like outside your house is like cinema or football, and he's always there. So like I've always had Sunil with me. I
was in an American Sweet advert, and I thought it was going to come out in time for, and therefore have a chance of being in the Super Bowl.
You know, they pay like actors like $6 million to be in those things.
Yeah.
Like it's like I don't think you would.
I didn't have a Super Bowl clause in my contract.
Yeah,
Super Bowl clause.
Well, it'd be interesting because then if they didn't negotiate, there was something in your contract. They could probably just save like $4 million. By not paying you.
Have you got a problem for us, Huge?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
My ex was I don't know if she still is. I haven't talked to her in a while. She was a witch, and when I broke up with her, she cursed me. And she threatened to curse me if I broke up with her.
Can you explain like the modern definition of witch? Use that very casually. I want to know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, so it's like there are some people who think they're witches. I think there's like a lot of crystal stuff, and people think that's sort of like general witchcraft. But like this is someone who would like go to Cornwall every month and then like do spells as a part of a coven around a big fire. And take my possessions and put them into the fire and stuff for spells for me or against me. Well, I guess against me now.
And do you feel any effects of the against you spells?
Yeah, like I haven't been able to sleep since then, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So like it's a proper curse. So if you could sort that out for me, that'd be good.
Okay. I think I actually can.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've got some good sleeping techniques.
Oh, tell me about them.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. First, I need to know more about... First of all, I need to know more about...
I'm coming out with this now. I just feel like I've been holding it in for quite a while. But I've been telling a few people about this.
Did your ex... Would you look at her and think...
No.
She's unusual?
No, she's very...
ethereal?
No, she just like... No, you wouldn't think she was a witch.
Right,
I'd say that much.
And what... Are we allowed to ask why she might want to put a curse on you?
No, so
she's badly.
It didn't end badly. I think I broke up with her, but she did say before, if you break up with me,
I'm going to put a curse on you.
I'm going to put a curse on you.
I mean, that's pretty manipulative.
It is a bit. I think it was kind of like a little joke, but it's kind of one of those things of like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, neither of you can be really sure what that really
I had an ex-girlfriend cut up a jacket of mine to put it in the bin. That was real.
With scissors.
Huh?
What, whilst you were going out or after?
Well, we got back together, and then she said, do you think you're ever going to wear that jacket that you was wearing when you kissed that girl again? And I was like, I haven't really thought about it, but in truth, I'd been wearing it every day because it was my favourite jacket.
Yeah.
And then I went and had a shower, and I came back and she cut it up into pieces and put it in the bin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
Was that something beyond repair? Could you not have got it
the
back?
Jacket or the relationship?
I think both were done.
Both were done.
Yeah.
By the end of that
both
evening.
were in the bin and cut
off. So are you actually genuinely confident that she has put...
I've asked her to take it off.
So she did do it.
Can you tell me about the positive curses or whatever?
So I didn't know she was a witch when we first started going out, and then like slowly started to like I get suspicious of her in that because she would like go to Cornwall once a month, and it's quite like a long way to go for like I found out she was doing like spells on the moors around a big fire with her coven.
Yeah, this is real.
This is real.
No,
I can't
it's-
believe we've waited
no,
this
I
long
believe in
into
it.
the episode to get into this.
Yeah, we should have started with this.
Yeah, this is like a blockbuster. This is a big problem.
Mm.
And yeah, so what about the positive spells?
So she would like be wishing me well for my career and stuff. She'd be like,
And it's
"Oh."
gone
That
well.
has happened.
Well, yeah, it's hard to, but it was like at that time, it was like I was going from strength to strength. So it's hard to know what was the
But it
spell.
seems-
But I sort of believe in it now. So yeah, it probably
To a
was
person
her.
on the
Yeah.
outside of your like day-to-day life,
Yeah.
like I see you occasionally, and like it seems like you're doing really well at the moment.
Yeah.
So-
despite the curse.
No, so I'm saying, so that one about your career,
Yeah.
It's
So this
coming
was like
through-
3 years ago.
do these things take a bit of time to come through? Is it like a bank?
Well, the
Does it take 3 days to
spell
clear
is
the check?
buffering.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you got to put it out there into the
Yeah.
universe or whatever. I don't know how long
I
it
harbour
takes.
no ill feelings towards her, by the way. I wish her the absolute best.
I think that's good to say on tape because then no, only because
Yeah.
that's out there now as well.
I
You know
think.
what I mean?
Yeah, I think one day she'll get rid of it. I have texted her and about the curse.
Mm.
She says ha 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 back, but it's hard to like.
Can I ask a question about
Yeah.
when you suspected that she might be a witch? How does that conversation go?
So I found-
you go, you're a witch, and she goes,
No, I
busted.
found.
Like,
So, for spells, you want to take hair.
yeah,
I found some hair in her bag, which is mine,
right.
and then I asked her about it, and then she was like, "I'm a witch."
What? And she like cut it off while you're asleep.
No, my hair,
Just it
hair
comes
kind of
out.
falls out,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
often I wear a headband quite a lot, and
Yeah.
then there's like a lot of hair in my headband that gets trapped in
Just
there.
waiting for you to get back from Sunday football.
Yeah,
Pulling it all out the hair.
yeah. They go in the shower, and she's collecting all the hair
Yeah.
like a dung beetle.
Now, I would say-
Toenails are for curses, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, if you want to curse someone, you've got to collect their toenails.
Ah,
Hair is for like positive vibes.
okay,
Toenails is for negative vibes.
right. So she
I
got.
feel kind of bad because this is like insider knowledge. Like this is like proper witch. I don't, you know what I mean? Like this is like she wouldn't have taught.
You got to stay away from this stuff, guys.
Stay away. Honestly, no matter like how alluring the witch is. I guess that's a part of it. It's like she's quite alluring.
She's like a siren.
Yeah, but that's a different thing.
Oh, right.
But yeah, sort of. Yeah,
But
sirens live in are like wet.
In the sea.
They're sort of wet.
Yeah.
They
right,
sit on a
they're
rock.
wet. So like
They-
a dry.
got
She's
wet
like
hair.
a dry
they-
siren.
Yeah, they're wet hair. They sit on a rock. They do a little song. That's different.
So I don't know how far I can go down.
She was a singer actually, so
the
she could
road
have been a siren. She's a professional singer.
You know how far I can go down the road of. I don't really know a lot about curses and spells,
Yeah.
but I
Neither
do
do
know
I.
how to get to sleep. So I can help you with that bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, have you been cursed?
Not that I know of, but that girl
It
that
can
cut
be-
my coat up could have easily been.
What I will say is, I don't think your sleeping techniques would supersede the curse that's been put on me.
Yeah, I don't.
Really? Well, I think we
But
should
do you
try
give it a go?
And I think maybe
give me the top
give
three.
Give us in like 2 months a voice note
Mhm.
about how you're sleeping, and then we'll revisit it on the podcast.
My mum's given me some Chinese medicine
Right.
to try, so I'm going to try that first,
Yeah.
and then I'll try your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I got taught this thing. You're
Yeah.
gonna love this, Bilal. Right. If you're feeling a bit anxious at night,
Mhm.
right, you gotta think of the thing that makes you anxious.
hmm
So say, in your case, Bilal,
Maggot.
it's fashion. I'm joking. Like you'd be like, oh,
Bantering.
you know, I can't afford my council tax, whatever the thing is, right? And then in your mind, you write that on a piece of paper,
hmm
picture yourself doing it, and you put it in the post box, and that's gone for the day. And you just do that with all your worries, and then you can get to sleep a lot better.
Do you have worries though, or it's
But
just
that's
a
not going to
curse?
get the council tax paid. You just
No, but you go like, oh,
So that's dust that off.
I'm worried that I didn't get that.
I wash my hands clean of that council tax. I put
But
that.
for tonight, you have.
Yeah,
and
but
then you sleep.
you're saying it's a daily.
No, but I'm just saying.
But he's not not
you're
sleeping
worried
from
about-
anxiety.
No,
It's
but
a
there
curse.
are things. Yeah, but
Can't put the curse.
I'm not
in the
anxious
post.
about anything.
Nah,
this
he's
helps
alright.
relax you.
Hmm?
It does help relax you.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't relax
Right.
me. I'm very
And then you'll
relaxed
get to
whilst
sleep.
I'm going to. I just can't get to sleep. Next one.
I need to speak to like a.
I watch a guy
Oh.
on YouTube, and he travels across America on he jumps trains, like on freight trains.
Oh, really?
It's very relaxing to watch.
Doesn't sound relaxing.
It's cool though.
He jumps on trains illegally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and travels across America.
That's quite cool, though.
Yeah, that
How
helps
far
you
has
get
he
sleep.
gone?
Well, he's dead now because he got run over by a train.
So,
But,
yeah, sure.
there's probably about 10
What's
years
the last
worth of
video
footage.
looking like?
Huh?
What's the last video looking like?
I don't think that got released. But yeah, that is.
Well, because you could
that's a
upload
good
it because
one.
he'd been cut in half by a train.
Shame he didn't live stream it.
Yeah.
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 So that's another thing.
So your second recommendation is to watch The Adventures of Someone Who Died from Their Adventure.
Yeah, but he died doing what he loved. So in a
The
way,
problem you have is
You can't ask it. You can't assume that.
No, he did.
I think if I spent a large portion of my life jumping around trains, and then the very last one, I was cut up by a big train. I think the last 5 seconds would be like, I wish I hadn't jumped on. I wish I hadn't started this.
Probably would happen quite quickly.
Mashed up by a big train.
You can't go to like any magician or anything because you can't trust them. Because they'll give you an amulet and then they'll write a thing and it will be inside it. And then actually the stuff in there is going to mess you up further.
I think you're thinking of a shaman. Magician is the guy that goes around weddings.
Well,
yeah,
whatever.
Magic Pete.
Yeah, Magic
Can he
Pete.
fix it?
Do you know Magic Pete?
Sorry?
Do you know Magic Pete? He can't help. He does card tricks.
Edinburgh.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's the only person in the entertainment industry that's taller than you.
Oh, I do know Magic Pete.
Yeah.
Oh, of course you do.
I do,
Yeah,
of course, now, yeah.
Yeah. That my third and final suggestion for you is half an hour of get rid of that phone and do some proper reading from a book.
That's
Before
impossible.
you go to sleep.
That'd be quite impossible.
Yeah, but not when you get into it. I'm
Yeah, I
getting
guess
into
so.
reading.
Are you?
Yeah.
What are you reading?
Huh?
Da Vinci Code?
I'm actually reading a fantastic book at the moment, but we haven't got time to go into that.
Are we out of time?
All it is,
I think
it's got 12 rules to it, that's what I'll say.
Listeners, can you gotaproblemmate@gmail.com?
Yeah, if you can help Huge with his curse.
With the curse, because this is the first one that's probably stumped
I
us.
don't think it is. I think we get stumped quite often.
We get stumped every week.
Yeah.
Every other week.
But sometimes I say something and it's like, bang. You sit there most of the time and it's like...
No, I got all the solutions.
Well, you didn't give me one solution.
Thank you.
He didn't.
But I'm not surprised that you didn't give
said-
me one because the way that mine were met,
Huh.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
quite daunting to then have to
No,
try
but I think
after
it's
that.
real, and I think you can't
think
get
it's
rid
serious?
of it. Yeah, it's serious. You can't just get rid of it.
Why are you smiling? You said that.
Because he went serious. He entertained me.
Have you? I'm assuming you've Googled how to break a curse.
Yeah.
And what'd you get?
Should go to shaman. They're really expensive. They're
Performing a
upwards
ritualistic
of
act
£300.
of cleansing or purification.
I don't really. I've already read it. Are you kidding me? Like, you think I haven't thought about Googling it?
Huge. Your tour.
Album for my ancestors brackets dead with a 4, the number, not spelt for.
Is a fantastic comedian,
Thanks,
performer,
guys.
Yes.
and is all over the country. Anything else you want to plug while you're here?
No, that's all good.
No. Okay.
I'll just plug that. That's nice. If you want to watch, I've got a special on YouTube. That was my first show.
Oh, nice one.
It was it's well filmed. I like it. So it's called The Car Park. It's on YouTube.
Brilliant.
If you want to watch that.
It's not often we get guests putting out a free thing. It's always like, come see me, spend money.
Nah, man. Just watch it for free on YouTube.
Guys saying, watch it for free.
Eat this pastry that I've brought you.
He gave us pastry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you
That's
so
it.
much. It's
Thank
been
you.
Thanks for
lovely.
having me, guys.
We'll be back next week, I would have thought.
Thank you for listening and or watching. And until next time, gap 'em.
Oh, and by the way, if you do, just click subscribe on the YouTube. It really helps.
Oh
us.
yeah, we need
haven't
to
said that
reach
for a while.
1,000.
Yeah,
subs.
we get a lollipop each if we get 1,000.
Chubba chops.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Cola.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.